to do a Yogalates class here, and it will be more Pilates today than yoga. So if you're ready to join me, we're going to start laying down. You may need a ball. Today I'm going to introduce you to a Pilates ring. So if you have one, go grab one. If you haven't got one of these, then do the exercises as instructed without, and then maybe you could order yourself one as a treat. Anyway, we're going to start now. So make sure that you have a mat and a ball with you to start. So the first thing we're going to do is come down onto the mat and lay down. Once you're there, place a pillow or ball under the head and legs in crooked position. From here, you're going to bring one leg up at a time with a flexed heel to start. Remember, this isn't a tabletop and down. This is just waking up the top of the legs and working on the tummy muscles. So we're going to come up and down. As you continue to come up and down, you'll feel the top of the hip flexors working. 4 more. Well done. On the next leg lift, hold it, bring it to the ceiling, and take the hands around the calves to stretch and bring in the toes towards the head. Hold for 2 breaths. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Repeat again. Now take that leg all the way out to the side to stretch. Don't let the bent leg move side to side, and keep the hip on the ground. And hold there for 2 breaths to stretch. We're going to change legs now, so bringing up the legs, straighten, hold the calves to lengthen, and holding there for that 2 deep breaths. If you can, in through the nose and out through your mouth. Now take the leg out to the side. Optional if you hold the calf or the toes. Just make sure you're taking that leg out to the side to stretch the back and hips. Now bringing the legs together, place the hands either underneath the bottom or use your ball. Those that have a pillow behind the head, use it. If not, head up, which is the alternative or progression. From tabletop, top drop, from toes to the floor. If it gets too much for your head, place the hands around the back of the head with opened elbows, bringing both legs together before you drop from tabletop to the floor. Now you start to wake up your core muscles, so lower abdominal muscles and also lower back. You will also be able to heal poorly backs if you were to do tabletops or cycling every day. So if you do suffer with a poorly back, this is a really good video to watch. And the reason I know is because I've had 3 surgeries on my back, and it often locks, or the 2 lower vertebrae go into soft tissue dysfunction, and so therefore I have a weakness. So I know what exercises are great for lower backs. Now from here, either drop the head or bring it down to the mats and bring the hands either side. So you're still holding that position there with the legs, and core muscles are still working, but less pressure now on the neck and core muscles. Notice here I haven't stopped my legs throughout. So if you are copying me this evening, by all means do. If you are recalled, you might want to do as many as you can rather than push yourself too far, but I'm trying to do 30 on each leg, just in case you are doing on record. And we're doing 10 more of these drops. And then we're going to go straight into the 100 as our tummy muscles are ready to work now. Watching the back here, tuck in your chin, hold that position from tabletop, and pump your tires up either side of your legs by breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, and count to 100. Keep going, we're halfway. those heels in line with the knees. 10 more. Now you can advance this if you're bored at home and take the legs diagonally to a straight. This will bring a progression though, so don't do it if it's too much. Draw the knees in, rock from side to side on your mat. So here, just waking up your abdominal muscles or transverse abdominis muscles and lower back. Now we're going to go from here again, head up if you can, kick away one leg at a time, or draw the knee towards the tabletop again, resting there in the air onto that tabletop as the legs come together. And again, 30 on each leg. Now again, if the neck gets too much, either protect it with the hands, taking the elbows out to the side, so you're still working your transverse abdominis muscles as well as the rectus abdominis, or you may want to bring the head down. So either is fine, or use a pillow under the head if you have an upper neck problem. So we're still lengthening the legs and bringing in the knees. Ten more on each. Don't forget your out breath on the kick, in breath as the knees come in. Two more. Knees in, rock side to side. Now keeping the ball underneath you to protect the lower back, go into cycling now. So the legs are just gently pushing away, head's comfortable. Again, use a block under the head if your head starts to tip back like this, protecting the neck. Otherwise, we're going to do 100 cycles forwards and 100 cycles back this evening. Now if you have eaten before you've come to do Pilates, you may start to feel a bit icky. So always with me, I prefer Pilates in the morning before my tummy's had a full meal. If you do feel sick at any time, do stop. Are you still counting? Don't forget your breathing. Now I do teach this an awful lot. If you have a knee injury or a hip injury or you've had surgery, this is, I promise you, the best exercise you can do for knees and joints. You may prefer to do it on a bicycle statutory at home. If you don't have a bike, this is your easy option. 20 left. Now reverse. Now for those that are bored and you've had enough, remove the ball, come down the mats. Keep cycling if you are happy where you are. The rest of us are going to roll onto the shoulders, come all the way up and cycle here. Now try and get the cycles bigger. Nice work. So you're pushing away from the head, trying to get 4 circles through your legs and knees. Well done. 50 left. So stay on your back. If it's too much here, go back down. So you're still cycling, don't stop until you've done that 100 each way. And again, a reminder, the ball is there to protect the back. If you've had, come down, or if you're still up on your shoulders, stay there until you've completed that 100. Last 10. Now remove the ball and bring the head all the way down. Working into the pelvic floor area. For the men watching the prostate, squeeze and tilt up. So here, you're not lifting the back off the floor into a bridge, just tilting up to work internally on the muscles inside the pelvis. And then you're going to rock down, so you can see that position there, causing an archway under the back. And we're going to do 7 of those. So tummy traveling towards the chin and taking the bottom away. Now you can hold the tilt for quite a long time if you wish. I like to think that I hold for about 5 to 6 seconds before I fully release. So keep working through your back, lower back here, tilting up, sacroiliac joint and lumbar spine both working together. Four more. Last two. Last one. Well done. Into full bridge now by walking the heels further back towards the bottom and lifting up to a full bridge, extending from the shoulders down to the knees, and then when you're there, just squeeze your glutes in to lift a little higher. Hold here for 4 breaths. If the back hurts, replace the ball. Remember your breathing. 2 more breaths. Now see if you can walk the heels a little further to the bottom, extending through your spine, and place your fingertips on the heels. Hold here again. Sorry, I'm being attacked by flies. 4 deep breaths. Now we're going to work on the thighs, lower back and tummy. Place or replace the ball or pillow under the head. And if you have a ring at home, find one now. If you don't, you can always use a ball. Okay, so the ball's going to go between the knees and you're going to squeeze the bottom and legs against the ball together. For those that do have a Pilates ring, bring the legs up first to hold and then bring them down once the pads, if you like, are just above the knees and comfortable. Make sure that they are. Then you're going to squeeze that ring, working the inside of that adductor muscles. Ouch. Just make sure they are comfortable. And as you squeeze and release, you will feel the inside of the legs contracting and the outside of the thighs. Now you can get these rings, Pilates rings, on Amazon. They're not that expensive. It might be one of the best things you've ever bought if you want to tone the inside and outside of the thighs. So you're doing 16 of these. We've done 10. Again, if you're pushing against a ball, do squeeze tightly. Now we're going to bring the legs up. You saw this earlier, placing the hands either side of the bottom and then bring the legs in the air but open wide. Now bring your toes together and squeeze now against the ring. This will work the top of the legs a little more. And you're going to repeat that once you're comfortable for 10 counts. Now to relax the legs, bring them down and place the ring between your hands. Working your upper core muscles, draw the head to the ring and down. Repeat this roll up gently. And now it's a half roll up, you're not coming all the way up, but you're going to contract the core muscles for 25 to 30 roll ups. Now if you want to work your arms as well and the upper body, then gently push against the ring and release as the head comes up. In breath and out breath, and the out breath to travel towards the ring, and an in breath to release. How are we doing? Hard, yes? Now if you joined me this morning, we worked on legs, bottom and lower tummy muscles. Here we work on the upper abdominals and your back and joints in the knees and tummy. So your hips, they're doing work alongside your hips. knees and ankles. Now take the ring above the head and back again. Make sure you're comfortable to do this. So body's now rested, and here in a neutral spine, because the knees are bent, so therefore you have a flat back here. So you're bringing the ring over the top of the head and towards the knees, and you're kind of still looking through your ring. Alternative again, remember, you can do it with the ball. And actually one good thing about using the ball is you can come up even higher to bring the ball on an advancement towards the knees. Repeat for 30 roll-ups. More. Remember, continue as you are, but if the neck hurts, hold your ball or remove it, hands under the neck, elbows extended to do 4 roll-ups or half a roll-up from here, 2 to 3 more. Now replace the ball, pillow or block under the head. We're going to take one leg to the ceiling and take it out to the side like we did to start, but today join in with the other leg. So we're splitting through the legs, stretching and lengthening both the adductor muscles between the legs and the abductors on the outside. Now circle your feet in and away. And repeat the other way. Now reach for the big toes and take the head off the floor to stretch through the legs again. Now bring the knees in and hold for just 2 breaths. We're now going to do some roll backs, so bring yourself up to seated. Those with poorly backs, use the ball a little way or a gap between the bottom, back and the ball. Those who want to advance, bring the ring in front of you and hold. Place it between the legs so that the pads are at the top of the knee or inside of the thigh. Make sure that your back is straight. You'll be able to see that from the side. So I'm going to squeeze against my ring, causing the circle to go narrow. In fact, I'll just show you here as well. So you're then squeezing as tight as you can, and then you're going to roll back and come up and through or away. You can do either around your ring. I'm going to show you from the side. So again, rolling up around the ring or going through. Now the idea of this is that you roll back towards the ball. The further back you go, the better the pull. You might find as you go back, you can go even further. Those that don't need the ball go all the way down. And we're going to repeat 30 of these. Still squeezing my legs against the ring here. So that's 20 in, and you'll feel the work through the legs and the back there. So you may as well want to go all the way back before you come up. So watch what you're doing there, and if the ring is too much for you, take it away and do the same here. Now take one leg towards the ceiling and bring the head now towards the knee. So we're going to stretch through the back of the leg. Hold for 2 breaths. Change legs, stretch and do the same. This is if you've done your 30 rollbacks. Now coming onto your side, you may want to remove the ball and bring your arm down. We're going to straighten the legs to the side, and when ready, point and flex the foot. Going up, flex, come down. You're going to do 16 of these. Don't forget, as you lift the leg, just hold it in the air before you bring it back down. 4 more. got this? Let's do 5 more. Now bend both legs backwards. Make sure your hips are facing forwards into clam as we bring one leg at a time up towards the sky or ceiling. Bring the other hand behind you to stop you rolling back. Repeat 15 to 30 open and closes. Again, breath in, breath out on every lift. Now again, you should feel that work through the bottom and through the lower leg. The calves here really have to contract to lift and bring them down. However, it is actually this muscle or set of muscles here that you're working. Now hold it there for me and really pull out as far as you can until you feel a burn in at the top of the leg. Then when you're here, bring the hand in front and go forward and back for 30 hip rocks. We did these earlier in my other video against the fence. Continue. Excuse me. So you've got 30 of those swings. Keep going. 10 more. Now we're going to draw the knees in together and roll to the other side. So again, lengthen the legs to start you. And behind you, stack your hips and lift and come up and down. So we're pointing the toes to go up, flexing the heels to go down. 30 lifts. Done these on the other side. You feel it in your bottom and legs, or you will tomorrow anyway. So keep lifting up and down till you've done 30 counts. Now if you only do 15 on the other side, remember to only do 15 this leg, or you'll have one stronger than the other. Doing really well. So we're half an hour in. More. Last 2. Bending the legs backwards, stay where you are with the hands, stack your hips again and open and close top leg. Well done. So you should feel as you open and close a nice stretch. Now, carry on, but I'm now going to show you an alternative that you can actually do with the ring. So if you place the ring around the legs and lean the bottom leg on the ring, you can then open and close against the ring, but do make sure that you're still stacked and that the knees are fully behind you. This really works the thighs a little bit more. So if you do have a ring, this is where we're working to get more resistance against the ring to be able to work your bottom and legs. Last 5. Well done. Now I need to remove the ring so we can get those leg swings in. So we're going to repeat here, forward and back, 30 swings. Remember, hand is in front of you now, but don't let the hips rock forward and back. Really works your bottom and hips. Now, if you were to do these every day, you would find that your hips would shrink. If you haven't done them for a while, you'll realise that maybe clothes are tight, or it might just be because we haven't done as much due to lockdown. So don't get despondent, maybe encourage yourself to do 30 of these a day on both legs every day. Halfway. more. Now from here, stretch that leg to the side to come up. Now if you want to, if you have a poorly hip, place the ball here to lean on. Otherwise, you're going to come down to the elbow. Okay? Those that don't have a problem with laying down, if you have a problem with the shoulder laid down, if you don't have a problem with seated up, then hold on to the ankle, keeping the knee in line with your hip, hand on the other hip. And we're going to go around the hips seated up here. Those laying down, exactly the same. Just going to do 10 of these to warm up the hip if you're seated up. You've already done these laying down, so in just a minute you'll be able to carry on to the next exercise. So 4 more. Now straighten the leg and go up and down here for just 10. Rest, change legs. So you may want to repeat the swing again. Or if you're fed up with the hip swings, go straight into leg lifts for 10. So straight leg, up and down for 10. Now sitting up, bring your knees together to give them a rest. Straighten the back for 2 breaths. I'm going to work onto a bridge now, seated here. So just rest. Now come a bit further forward on your mat and bring your legs up to a tabletop here and just sit into bridge and stay there for 5 breaths. I'm going to turn to the side to make this easy for you to sit. Now those with poorly backs, I would suggest you use the ball on the lower back. Much more comfortable, still working your core muscles here. Just bring the legs down slightly so that the heels are in line with the knees. We're going to go into boat from here. So take the legs diagonally to the ceiling, or if you're outside, to the sky. And I'm going to take the arms above the head and split the body, holding for 4 breaths. You can also place the ring above the head. Draw the knees in, hold again here. Now if it hurt the back, lay down, but we're going to repeat it by extending the ball further away. Now I'm opening out the arms and stretching my neck. Drop the legs when ready. Watch the backs. If it hurts, bend the knees. Full boat. Knees in, all seated up. When ready, hold for 4 more breaths. Straight legs to hold to balance. 4 breaths. Now bring the knees down and roll onto your tummy. You have a choice here. You can use the ring or the ball. It's up to you. But we're going to show you, I'll demo this with the ring first. So you're going to bring the ring up, holding through the lower back, and then releasing. Okay, so we're holding up and down. Now some of you will be able to lift the feet off the floor as well. Fantastic to strengthen lower back. Now if you don't want to use the ring, use the ball. Four more. Now release the ring or ball and place the hands in the centre of the back. Keeping the head down. Come up and down for 6. This strengthens your lower back. Two more. Now you might want to just bring the head down to the side, hands beside you to rest for 2 breaths. Now we're going to go gently from here into Swan Dive. And if you find this difficult at any time, or if your back isn't strong, don't do this. Your alternative is to stay like this, open legs, chin up and lengthened arms in front, working on lower back and body. Breathing in and out for 4 to 5 breaths, but the hips should be slightly off the floor. The rest of us, and if you can try 3 or 4 Swan Dives, I'll be really pleased. And some of them here, you may find that you won't be able to rock more than 1 or 2. I'm going to aim for 3 because then I know I'm going to do 6 of them. If you're good at rocking and you don't have a bad back, continue. Try 1 more. Now curl your back. Bring your toes together into a shell pose. Stay here for 4 breaths. Now gently come onto all 4s to work your back before we finish. Curving your spine, deep breath in. Exhale and pull it up. Repeat again. Four more. Last one here. Now taking one leg behind you, making sure the hands are comfortable. I want you to go up and down with that leg for 30 leg lifts, taking with a flexed heel towards the sky or ceiling, pulsing through the bottom and back. This will strengthen your lower back over time. Other leg when ready. Now come up onto the knees, stretch your arms to the ceiling. If you can't kneel on the knees, stand up and gently lateral side bend, right to left. Just a reminder, tomorrow morning for Pilates you'll need a band as well. Take care, good night, thanks for joining me. Well done everyone, see you tomorrow.